A dirty, yet lovable rat.
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the MPG-15 masterpiece, Rattrap. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front here, we have a lovely image of Rattrap. In Japan, he's called Rattle. On this side we have Rattrap, on this side we have Rattrap. Up top, Transformers MPG, Cybertron Rattle. On the bottom, words, things, stuff that I cannot read. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots, this, that, thing, stuff, the other. And more stuff that I cannot read. Rundown of accessories, bloody, bloody, bloody. And that's basically it for the packaging. Also included is the collector's card with a nice piece of artwork there of Mr. Rattle. And on the back, more stuff that I cannot read, and tech specs if that interests you. Hooray for cards. And moving right along, here we have Cybertron Rattle, aka Rattrap from Beast Wars, and I have never been so happy to have a rodent in my house. It's true. But yeah, I've been very much looking forward to this figure ever since it was announced. And yeah, I think this turned out really, really good in my opinion. But yeah, here he is in his rat mode. He is packed in rat mode. Yay! But yeah, let's get in close so we can take a look at the details. And let's take a look at that noggin. Very nice noggin there. Black on the nose. A little black molded in whiskers going on there. Little teefies. Look at his little teefies. Little teefies. They're precious. You can open up his mouth and he has more little teefies. Look at his little teefies. Sorry. Even a little tongue molded in there. Very nice. Again, you get a subtle brown on his back there. And the rest of it done in like a gray. Again, some nice detailing there. On his feet. Little claws done in black. Same thing with the back claws there. Little tail. I have a little bit of robot stuff hanging out the butt there. A little bit. They couldn't cover it all up, but still, they covered the majority of it up. And you got the tail here. Okay, some nice detail. There's the top. There's the bottom. Everything's, again, nicely covered up except for those little bits right there. He slides like rats slide. Hooray for sliding rats. And for comparison, here he is with G1 Rattrap because he's precious. Oh, so precious. Aww. And here we have our nice family photo here, so you can see how everybody looks together, and they look real good together. Very cool. So, there you go. Now, as far as articulation in rat mode goes, the head doesn't do much in this orientation. If you unclip it and bring it down, you can get some side-to-side movement, but that's when you have him standing up. But we'll get to that in a little bit. The mouth, of course, can open and close, as I showed earlier. His little ears here can rotate forward and back. As far as the front legs go, they can rotate, can do a full 360, can move in and out. You got that joint there. Little hands can move forward and back and can rotate. You also have a separate hinge in here, a little butterfly joint as well. And bring those arms in front of the chest if you want. As far as the hind legs go, they can rotate, can do a full 360, can move in and out. They're on a double joint here, so you kind of shift those up and down as you see fit. Got the little knee joint there. Gives you a decent range of movement, as well as that back foot can move forward and back. And as far as the little tail goes, tail can rotate at the base, and you have a hinge here, a hinge there, and a hinge there. So you have lots of curling you can do. Move around that way, although it looks wholly unnatural in that position. But if you get it going this way, you can get a nice kind of natural curl going on there and just kind of wrap that around him however you want. Now, as far as accessories go, we get some adapters here. We get this little stand adapter here. And I'll show you what this is for when we get to robot mode. We have this adapter here, which is for the rat mode. Again, I'll show you what that's for in a little bit. We also get optional faces for the robot mode. Got kind of a little smiling face going on there, as well as a that face. So we get that as well, and we get an extra rat face here. He does come with weaponry, but all of that is already stored in the rat mode, so we'll show that as we get through the transformation. So again, we do get a spare head for the rat mode, and basically, if you don't like the molded in whiskers, this head has actual whiskers. The thing you can do if you want to do it. It's an option. Options are good. Me personally, I'm not going to use this head because one thing I learned with Cheetor, who has these kind of whiskers as well, is then when you tuck this head into the body for the robot mode, then these are going to get kind of mangled up. So yeah, I'm probably not going to use these. At least not keep it on him. I guess if you're going to display him in rat mode, that's fine to have that head on there. But if you're going to leave it on and transform it into robot mode, it's gonna mangle these up, so I wouldn't recommend it. But to swap the head, very easy. You just pop it off, just on a little put. That's very, very disturbing. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. You just slide this on. Make sure you get it lined up. You'll just peg in, and there you go. You got your little whiskies now. Now this adapter here is for piggybacking purposes. Yep. So this will tab into his chest. There are 2 slots right there. So this just tabs in like that. And now we're going to bring in Primal, and we're going to raise up this post here. Now there's multiple ports on this adapter. There's a small one and there's 2 bigger ones. For this configuration, for Prime in his beast mode, or Primal in his beast mode, we're going to be using this one right here, the one in the middle. And that will just plug in like that. And there you go. Now Rattrap can piggyback on Primal. Thing you can do if you want to do it. Now when Primal is in robot mode, you're going to be using the bottom port here. And again, just plug him on the same way. And there you go. You got Rattrap hitching a ride. And last but not least, you have the smallest port right here at the top. And this is for the standard arm that most MPs come with now. And that will just plug in right there, and you can have, you know, flying rats. Thing you can do if you want to do it. So an alternate configuration here for the rat mode is you can't have him standing up like he did a lot of the time on the show. To do that, you want to take his tail and his butt here, and you just want to bring it up on this double hinge and just collapse it up like that. And you just bring his legs down, just kind of compress them so they're kind of, you know, level with the tail here, so you can get him standing up. And then you take his head and you just unclip it. You're going to bring it down to this hinge here, and it will slide in a little bit. And you just kind of position his arms how you want. You get the butterfly joint in there. You kind of have him, you know, kind of rubbing his hands together as he's scheming. And in this configuration, the head does get some side-to-side movement, which is nice. And you can have him kind of standing there, talking to you. Telling you all about Mickey and what a jerk he is in real life. That smile's not fooling anyone. So that is basically it for the rat mode. So let's get down to maximizing, shall we? Let's! The first thing we're going to do is we're going to drop the head down. You want to do it at this hinge here, the top hinge. Just bring that down. Then we're going to take the tail here and just unclip it and just collapse it up on this double hinge. You can just kind of raise it up, get it out of the way. And then we're going to start just splitting all of this. Just open up that, and then open up the chest here, and just bring all of that out. This top portion will kind of angle back a little bit. Just kind of bring all this out also. Clear that, and then again, this just kind of angles out a little bit like that. At this point, you're going to take the legs and just unfold them. Just straighten them out completely. Straighten them out, and right in between his legs here, oddly enough, or appropriately enough, or inappropriately enough, you open it up, and right here is where his blaster is stored. Just take that and put that off to the side, and then you just bring down the foot, rotate it, bring down the foot, and rotate it. And now you want to take these panels right here and just rotate them down. Rotate them down. And that will just get that out of the way. And you want to take the faux rat head and you want to bring that down, and that will allow you to, that's kind of weird and yet oddly cute at the same time. Just the way the arms are, just anyway. So just unpeg the elbows here, and that will allow you to take the arms and swing them up. So you have it looking like that. And now for the arms, you just want to take this elbow piece and you just want to rotate this down, and then you can straighten the arm out. Then you're going to rotate the arm up at the shoulder and then rotate back down at the bicep, so your elbow's oriented properly. Then you just bring out the arm, and you got that done. Same thing on the other side. So now you want to take these panels here and you want to bring them up. So you got that detailing facing out. Now you want to take the rat head here, and you have multiple hinges here, so you want to collapse all these hinges in and under. Make sure the mouth doesn't open up in process. So get all of that tucked up and under. So it's looking like that. So the head is sitting flush with the arms right there. And you just want to rotate the little ears up. You got it looking like that. And then you want to take this whole lower body assembly and just rock this up. It'll just kind of floop into place. And just get all this straightened out. And you're going to take the faux rat head. It's going to come up, and you have little tabs that'll go into notches right here on either side. And it'll just kind of clip over the top of the actual rat head. So you got it looking like that. And at this point, you can just straighten the legs out, rotate the waist, and we got that done. So now we got some backpack work to do here. So you want to take the central portion here and just collapse that in. We have these little panels here that you want to fold in as well, and then you want to close up these panels on top of them. Once you've done that, you want to take these little legs here, you want to tuck them in and just take a hand, rotate it out, and just bring it down like that. And once that is done, you're just going to bring the backpack up. You're going to have 3 tabs, one on each side here, one in the middle, or 3 slots right here. So just bring that up, line up everything, and just get that backpack secured. It's going to be a little bit hard to do because these panels kind of want to move on you when you're trying to push these in. So just try to support them, keep them from moving, and then just push them into place. So get that sitting in there, and you got the backpack secured up. So now you want to take these sections here and you want to fold these in. You just want them tucked in under that the booty section there. Get that in like that. Then you're going to take these hind legs and they're going to collapse in on that double hinge. And then you just tuck these up nice and neat. And once the second verse has been firsted, you just take all of this and you just collapse it up on that double hinge. So everything is compact as it's going to get. And then you just take the tail, just bring that up, just tuck that up against the back. And there you have Rattrap in his robot mode. And I think he looks fantastic. Looks great. Just very evocative of how he looked in the show. Looks like he pretty much just leaped right off the screen. Really happy with the way this turned out. But let's get in close so we can take a look at the details. And there is the noggin and a beautiful head sculpt there. You got some nice bright silver there for his brain. But some lovely coloration there. And we do have some transparent plastic there for the eyes. And it does have light piping, and it works pretty well. I think there's some good light piping going on there. Got some silver there in the shoulders. Got little maximal symbols on the forearms there. Got that faux rat head. Again, that's more screen accurate. Got the red eyes there. And again, some beautiful coloration going on here. This looks gorgeous in my opinion. Little toesies there. And move up the back. I mean, you know, this is accurate. I mean, he pretty much just wears the rat on his back. So, I mean, this is accurate. It's a lot of backpack, but, you know, it's what's supposed to be back there. So, all in all, I think it looks pretty dang good. Now, articulation-wise, what have we got? I'm going to tell you. So the head can rotate, can do a full 360. It is on a ball joint, so you get some wiggly waggly. You can look up a good bit, do a good bit of squirrel. Yep. You can't really look down. Now arms can do a full 360, although you have a lot of backpack to get around there, but they can do a full 360 in theory. Can move in and out. You have this joint right at the base of the shoulder as well, so you have 2 points of movement there at the shoulder. You got bicep rotation. You do have a double jointed elbow, so you have a nice full range of movement there. You do have wrist rotation. You have a joint that allows the hands to move in and out. Hands can open and close. You do have waist rotation. Legs, they can move forward about that far, back, about that far before you start hitting into the backpack, outward. Pretty much full splits there. You got thigh rotation in there. You do have a double jointed knee, because this unhooks right there. So you have a double jointed knee, so you have a nice full range of movement there as far as the feet. The toes can move up. This, basically the whole kind of pad of the foot here is on its own hinge, so that can move up as well. The toesies can move down, and you have lots of ankle tiltage. Now let's take a quick look at this blaster here, because this is a beautifully done piece here. Some nice paintwork going on there with the gunmetal gray. You got kind of that copper bronzy color going on in there. Little maximal symbol right there, as well as these little symbols there, which I never knew were there. So that's new information for me. But yeah, really nice looking blaster here. And of course he can wield his blaster so he can shoot some rat pellets at you. Ew. And another cool thing we have here is if we open up his forearm, and this is in both forearms, he's got his little bombs in here. And you just push up right here, and that will kind of pop them up for you so you can get a hold of them. It's not the easiest thing to do, but there we go. Get those out, and you can see there's tiny little bombs. And you have this adapter here, and this is for, again, the Takara stand, and you just need to move the tail panel out of the way, and this will just tab in right here, and then you can just plug them on. And now you can have Rattrap in flight. Look at me! And last but not least, we have the swappable faces. And to remove the face, you just kind of get right here, kind of, in the middle of his brain here, and just rip his face off. It's more disturbing because that's red. But we can take this face and plug this on. And now we got more of a smiling Rattrap. And then we have Rattrap. It's my personal favorite. So there you have that. And now for comparison. Here he is with G1 Rattrap. Well, the reissue version of G1 Rattrap, because he's precious. Oh, so precious. And there he is with the rest of the crew, standing tall, standing proud. Those are some sexy beasts. So, there you go. So there you have Masterpiece Rattrap. And yeah, really well done figure in my opinion. I think he looks gorgeous. The most beautiful rat I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's a weird thing to say, but the rat mode looks fantastic. The robot mode looks gorgeous. Love the paintwork, just love all the coloration, the details. Looks fantastic. It can be a little fiddly getting the backpack situated. A little bit of fiddle factor there, but nothing to a frustrating degree. All in all, it's a very enjoyable transformation. But yeah, I've been loving these Masterpiece Beast Wars figures, and this is no exception. I think this is a great figure. So there you go. Now I picked this up from TF Source. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below so you can check that out. You can also check out the Masterpiece playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal. Follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the MPG-15 Masterpiece Rattle, or Rattrap. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. All right, guys, I'm going to level with you. We are facing a threat unlike any we've ever faced before. The battle is going to be fierce, and frankly, I don't know if we're going to make it. What? Say the line, Rattrap. We're all gonna die here!